Hi, good afternoon. If I could get everybody to kind of move over this way, please, we'd like to get started.
Detail. Attention. Present. Arm. Detail. Order. Arm.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out. What a glorious afternoon it is, and what a special event this is. First of all, I'd like to thank the Groton Town Police Honor Guard and also thank the New London Police for participating in this event. This event, sorry, I should back up a little bit. My name is Mark Berry. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation. This event is being held to celebrate Black History Month and to honor Raheem Carter. Raheem Carter was an extraordinary young man who committed himself to service, to community service. Sorry. This event is being held in a park that bears his name. He was raised across the street from this park. Those speaking today will be recalling the contributions that Raheem made, the influence that he had on their lives, and the commitment or the service that he provided to the community. At this time, I'd like to ask Raheem's twin brother RASHAAD to come up and say a few words.
I hope this is allowed. This is my mom, so I can take my mask off. Is that okay? I mumble as it is, so with this, you guys wouldn't be able to understand me. Trust me. This park here, the tot lot. That's what it's. You hear me? All right. It's the people from Bucquonic Bridge, people from this area, from Groton. It's I actually still call it tot lot at sometimes. It brings back memories, a lot of memories. My mom grew up right across the street. She still lives there now. They have 60 plus years in the making in Bucquonic Bridge. Bucquonic Bridge Groton holds, deep roots within our family. This is where it started for Raheem. This is where, the dreams were made. These are where those dreams were honed in. That's all we did is play football there with our friends there. Everybody from Bucquonic Bridge and everybody from Groton. They rode bikes over here and we just played. This is actually the location where law enforcement was introduced to myself and my brother. One of Groton's own, Rob Emery. He used to stop over anytime he could and shoot hoops and throw the football with us. And that was one of the first times that law enforcement came to mind. We didn't see a lot of black guys on the job, and that's something that me, my brother, and myself wanted to indulge in. So this park has heavy significance. One, it started his career in law enforcement due to Rob Emery, and it also helped him earn a scholarship, So, and there's one other thing I thought too. It was also the park where our mom, when the street lights came on, she yelled at us and said, "Come on in the house," So, speaking of my mom, Raheem wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for a strong mom. Especially Paquonic Bridge in the 90s, early 90s. We had a lot of friends, and there were a lot of people we were supposed to look up to that were doing the wrong things. But we had a strong family, and I think a strong family, strong mother, people to look up to and point you in the right direction was the key for my brother, and I think that still holds true to now. I think that Raheem would say that one of the things that made him a great man was competing with himself every day, and that's why he loves the idea of sport and athletics. He liked the idea of competing, and I think he would tell, and he did tell the youngsters that he worked with every day, is that if you compete off the field, then you automatically are going to compete in life. When school's hard, you're going to compete. You're going to get that A or B. When there's life stresses going on, you're going to compete. At work, when you're an adult, you're going to compete. So I think Raheem would say that sport and life, it's all a competition. And that was his thing. And I work with youth and adolescents today, and I tell them the same thing. I think about Raheem every day in his life and what he did. People ask me, who was Raheem and why is a park named after him? And I say that, if you're from this area, if you're from Paquonic Bridge particularly, you really don't have to ask that question. But I would say that, typically when you have monuments or have schools, etc., named after you, it's former governors, presidents, people that, are a little older, that lived long lives, that did a lot of significance within their lives. I would say that this park is named after Raheem because it was a life well lived. For 25 years, it was a life well lived, and he did do a lot more things in 25 years than many people will do. And I think the people around here, they appreciate that. I would say that the park's named after Raheem because he was one of their own that lived an extraordinary life, 25 years. So, when I drive past the park, I always smile. I always smile and say, Raheem, man, you're with me every day, and I hope, the people that they're still thinking about you. But the people that don't know you, I think this is great because when they look at that sign, I would like them to know that, this was one of their own, a kid from PQ that followed his dreams, 25 years, I'm telling you, when we were youngsters over there playing, he said he was going to be, win a Super Bowl in Groton Mystic, and he ended up being a quarterback and winning several Super Bowls. He said he was going to be starting quarterback at Fitch. He ended up being a 3-year starter and winning the state championship at Fitch. He said he was going to get a scholarship, and he ended up getting a scholarship. He said he was going to be a police officer, and he ended up being a police officer. He had a couple other goals. He wanted to go to law school and get into politics, and I most certainly know, without a doubt, that he would have done that. And, you know, just for regarding the circumstances, you know, people like to throw race in it, and, you know, a black man, you know, start coming to the percentages, but I don't think he would say that, you know. I think he would say that, you know, he had good roots, he was just a decent person, and he was headstrong and followed his dreams. I want to stop with that because everybody that knows me knows that I can get long-winded and keep on talking. So I want to read you guys, for the people that don't know Raheem, I want to read his obituary, and then I'm pretty sure my mom has something to say, unless you want to read it.
No, I have my own.
Officer Raheem Carter, 25 of 40 Midway Oval, passed away Friday morning, April 13, 2007, after a long and courageous battle with cancer. He was born an identical twin in Wilmington, Delaware, on November 23, 1981, the son of Sheila Perry of Groton and Michael Carter of Dover, Delaware. After surviving a premature birth due to a young Sheila and Michael, while Sheila attended Delaware State University, Raheem was raised by his mother in PQ, where his family lived for more than 50 years. He was proud where he lived and the people he grew up with. From Little League to Babe Ruth, from basketball to football, Raheem always excelled in sports, a true leader by nature. His athletic ability and kind words also led him to the top of everything he participated in. The 2000 graduate of Robert E. Fitz Senior High School was a 3-year starting quarterback, leading his team to a 99 state championship, breaking the all-time ECC career touchdown passing record. He was also the captain of both the football and track team, a leadership role that had left him the admiration of everyone he touched. His exemplary character continued at Central Connecticut State University, where he started quarterback as a true freshman. He later transferred to the University of Rhode Island, earning a full scholarship alongside his brother. Raheem, the older twin by 2 minutes, kept RASHAAD under his wing, caring for him and introducing him to the hundreds of friends made throughout his years at the university. After receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology in 2005, he continued on with his childhood dream by entering a career in law enforcement. In the summer of 2005, Raheem was sworn into the City of New London Police Department. He loved being a police officer and was inspired daily by his mentor at the time, Lieutenant Margaret Ackley. He shared a strong belief in God with the lieutenant, and Raheem carried his twin and many close friends under his watch. The lieutenant watched over Raheem. Being a police officer meant a great deal to him, and he always wore the uniform proudly. Besides Raheem's many honors and accolades in sports and academics, he was recently presented a citation of excellence by State Representative Ernest Hewitt. When State Representative Ernest Hewitt came to Raheem's home and personally awarded him the citation of excellence as a police officer shortly before he left to the hospital. The citation epitomized what Raheem's life stood for: compassion, courage, and strong will. Despite his illness, Raheem rose to the recognition and received his award with honor. Raheem, in his 25 years, showed a community that what hard work could do. He also gave his friends, family, strangers, and whoever had gone astray inspiration. He gave to others and only hope that people would see what peace and love could bring to one another. He promoted his beliefs in youth. He promoted his beliefs to youth and always showed love and respect for the authority figures. He only asked that those authority figures would pass the same message on to our youth. He was a loyal and faithful member of New Life Church in Ledyard. His faith ran deep and helped him through 25 years of life, particularly during the recent battle with cancer. Raheem touched many lives with his leadership, passion, and strong faith, and he will be sorely be missed by the members of his family and the community. There was a quote that was in his obituary, and it's as follows. This is what he said while he was in the hospital. They say it is everywhere except my heart, but the heart is the strongest part of the body. As long as my heart is beating, we will fight this to the end. That's my brother. Thanks.
I'm not as winded as RASHAAD is. But I want to thank Parks and Recreation, both police departments, both the town and the city mayors. I see out here school teachers, football coaches, baseball coaches, family, aunts, uncles, guidance counselors, and even scholarship recipients. This year, be 14 years, Raheem has been gone. And it seems just like yesterday. His last words to me were, "Mom, I don't want to ever be forgotten." So this day is one of those days. He's not forgotten. Immediately after all said was done, after Raheem had passed, RASHAAD wanted to do something for him in his honor. So he established the football tournament in Raheem's name. We carried that a few years, over 10 years. And we were able to raise a lot of money in Raheem's honor and pass out those scholarships. I just want to thank everyone who's attended today to give us our support in recognizing Raheem. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask Mayor Patrice Granatosky and Councilor Juan Melendez to come up.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me to be here and share this special day. It's quite an honor. It was very lovely seeing RASHAAD and Sheila recalling Raheem and his memory. So thank you for sharing that with us. I wanted to start by reading a proclamation honoring Black History Month on behalf of the Town Council. Whereas during Black History Month, we celebrate the many achievements and contributions made by African Americans to our economic, cultural, spiritual, and political development. And whereas Black History Month grew out of the establishment in 1915 of Negro History Week by Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And whereas the 2021 national theme for the observance is the Black family, representation, identify, and diversity, and emphasizes the movement of people of African descent to new destinations and subsequently to new social realities. And whereas the observance of Black History Month calls our attention to the continued need to battle racism and build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. And whereas the town of Groton continues to work toward becoming an inclusive community in which all citizens, past, present, and future, are respected and recognized for their contributions and potential contributions to our community, the state, the country, and the world. And whereas the town of Groton is proud to honor the history and contributions of African Americans in our community throughout our state and nation, now therefore be it resolved, in recognition of African Americans in our community, past and present, the Groton Town Council does hereby proclaim February 2021 to be Black History Month and encourages all citizens to celebrate our diverse heritage and culture and continue our efforts to create a world that is more just, peaceful, and prosperous for all. Dated at Groton, Connecticut, this first day of February 2021. although I didn't have the honor of knowing Raheem, I have had the pleasure of witnessing the work that Sheila and RASHAAD have both done in the community, their ongoing contributions to the community. We're gathered here at this park named in memory of Raheem as part of the celebration of Black History Month. Raheem was a vibrant part of Groton as well as New London, and he demonstrated character and commitment in all he did, in his play and in his work. This park serves as a reminder, not just for 1 month of the year, but it's a reminder that Black history continues throughout the year. And it's a testimony to the lives of people like Raheem, people like RASHAAD, people like Sheila, and all your friends and neighbors in the community that every day make Groton a special place through their lives and their commitment and their work. We have a symbol of gratitude for Sheila and RASHAAD, if you wouldn't mind coming back up. I think we'll need both sets of hands. Let me put my mask back on. So here's one, and it's a copy of the program. And we just want to say thank you for letting the town honor your son and your brother with this park and having his name on the park. It's an honor for us to be able to do that for you. So thank you so much for sharing all your warm words today, and wish I could give you a hug. And this one is from the gentleman from the New London Police Department in honor of Raheem. Very nice.
That's awesome. I'm gonna say something again. I told you I don't stop. I forgot. I want to thank in the NLPD. You know, they've been a part of our life since 2005, and they always will be. You know, actually before this, even before Mr. Locken contacted me about this, which we were very grateful for from the Groton Parks and Rec. It means a lot. It shows where Groton is and where this area is and where we're going to be and where we're moving forward. So I appreciate that. But Lieutenant contacted me in regards to Raheem as far as putting pictures. You guys are redoing something in the hallway. So the significance, you know, is spot on. But they've always been there. They've always represented. I appreciate the Groton guys over here that have been at attention. They're probably talking about me right now because it kind of froze up right now. But we really appreciate you guys, and appreciate you all that came out. You know, there's some faces here that I haven't seen in a while. Some faces I haven't seen since I haven't seen your boy since he was a little kid. You know, several people. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Okay, thanks.
So that concludes the formal part of this celebration, but I think it would be a travesty if all of those folks here that this would be a great opportunity for somebody to come up, if you feel comfortable, and just maybe share a few words, share a story about Raheem. So we're going to leave the mic open, you know, for folks that feel like doing that. There's refreshments right over at the table there. And again, I'd like to thank the New London Police Department and also the Town of Groton Police Department. So if anyone feels like coming up and sharing a story or just sharing with us what Raheem meant to you, please feel comfortable to come on up and do that. Thanks.